today's lesson. And first of all, how was the previous class which held on Monday?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Okay, so in this class, I will be talking about the modified tool. Then some persons in the group chat said I should talk about dimension, which I also intend doing. And then on Friday, we'll look at 3D modelings with AutoCAD. Then, if it's also possible, I can also talk about electrical design and structural design also on Friday. It depends on how deep we go today. If we cover a lot, then Friday is secured. We can look at electrical design and structural design. Okay, so from the top of my ribbon, you can see the modify panel, and the first two I have here. Okay, you can see the modify panel. Then the first tool I have here is called the move tool. It helps you to move an object from one place to the other. So assuming I have drawn a circle, let me draw just a random circle here and a rectangle at this point. So now, assuming the position of this circle is not where I want it to be, I want it to be positioned somewhere else. What I need to do is to simply use the move tool, click on the move tool, and select the circle or the object I want to move. It can be any object at all. Hit your enter key, then select the base point and move. You get? So basically that's how the move tool works. Whatever you are drawing, you want to move it from one point to another. You want to change the position. All you need to do is to hit the move tool, select the object you want to move, hit enter, select the base point, and then you move. So that's how the move tool works. The next tool I'm going to look at is the rotate tool. Now the rotate tool, this is the rotate tool. It helps you to rotate an object. Depends on the degree. And then we have the trim. It helps you to remove excess geometries. There are drawings that are not necessary. You want to remove them, unwanted parts or objects. You use the trim. Then the next one we are going to look at is the erase tool to erase objects. Okay, so now the rotate, I will select the object I want to rotate, hit the enter key, and select the base point. This is the base point. Then I would move my mouse like rotating at an axis. You can see that the object is also rotating. You can see the preview. So it depends on how I want to move the object. I can specify an angle, let's say angle 45. So the object will be rotated at an angle 45. So you click on the rotate tool, select the object you want to rotate, and hit enter. Select the base point. I want to rotate this object around this axis, and click this point. As you can see, I have just rotated this object. So the next tool is the trim tool. Now, like I said, the trim tool is used in removing excess geometries. let me draw circle, some random circles, and we did something like this in the first tutorial. So it's 20. Escape. Okay, now this drawing I have made, I want to remove excess geometries. There are some circles I want to trim off. Now what I need to do is to click on the trim tool, which is this. You see this scissors icon, scissors looking icon. Yeah, you click on it, and next thing you need to do is to hit enter on your keyboard, then select the geometries you want to erase, which is this. These are the geometries I want to erase, so just click on them, and this is what we have. You can, if you made a mistake, you can use Ctrl+Z to go back. So basically that's how the trim tool works. You just use it in removing excess geometries. Then the next tool we have there is the copy tool. This is the copy tool. You see circles with other circles. It helps you to make duplicates of an object. So click on the circle tool and select the object you want to duplicate. I've selected this. You hit enter, then it will also ask you for a base point. Where do you want to start copying from? I will click here, then click another point to make copy. Okay, so that's how you copy. Click on the copy tool, then select the object you want to make copy of, select a base point, and make duplicates of that object. So the erase tool is basically like the delete tool. You want to remove objects. Select the objects you want to remove, select all this and hit enter. They have all been erased. Then we have the mirror tool. Now the mirror tool enables you to make mirror of an object. So I will draw a rectangle, a triangle rather, polygon. Please, if you are just joining the class, can you mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, so I want to explain the mirror tool, how it works. So this is a triangle. Now I want to make a mirror of this triangle. Now making a mirror is like making a duplicate of an object, but in a mirrored form. Just like when you're standing in a mirror, you are seeing a duplicate of yourself. You are seeing yourself on the mirror. So you click on the mirror tool. This is the mirror tool here. Then you select the object you want to mirror, hit enter, then specify the start point or your mirror line. I'll click on this point and click on second point. Then it will ask you, do you want to erase the source object? That's the object you are mirroring from. No, I don't want to erase it. So you can see how what I have done. I have mirrored these two objects. So I can decide to mirror this once again. Click on a particular point and click on another point, click no. So you can see what I have done using the mirror tool. Not difficult. Okay, the next thing I will talk about is the fillet tool. Yeah, so this is the fillet tool. We have fillet, we have chamfer. I'll click on fillet. Now fillet gives a curved edge, while chamfer gives an inclined edge. So for this, when you click on your fillet tool, it's your command line says select first object. First of all, before you start selecting object, you need to specify the radius. So I'll click on radius and give a radius of 30. Give a radius of 30. Then select the first line, select the second line. So you can see the chamfered edge. That's how to use the fillet tool. But there are other tools attached to it. You can see polyline, you can see multiple. Now for
Please, I take the fillet tool again, sir, please.
Okay. Now when you click on the fillet tool, which is this, this is the fillet tool. This is it. So when you click on it, your command line says this is the fillet, select first object or undo, polyline, radius, trim, multiple. So what you need to do is to click on radius. After you have done that, your command line says specify fillet radius. I use a radius of 30. I hit enter. So the next thing it says is select first object. So I will click on the first object I want to fillet. Coming, which is this. I'll click on this object, then click on this one, the second line. Click on the first line, click on the second line, it's automatically fillet. Now the second way to do or use fillet is to use the polyline command. I'm coming. Okay, now right click, recent input, fillet. Now I want to fillet this this triangle. What I have to do is to click on radius and specify the radius. This time I'm going to use a radius of 7. Hit enter, then click on polyline. Remember in our previous class I told you a polyline is a connected sequence of line. So any line that is drawn that is connected, joined together, is a polyline. And the moment you hover over that line, you can see the preview. It's automatically filleting everything at once. So it has given me this. Whereas if I just did it the normal way, I will have to click this, hit enter again, click this, hit enter, click this, hit enter. So you can see the difference. Now right click, repeat fillet. Now the last one we have is multiple. Click on multiple. This time okay, if you use the normal fillet, you have set your radius, you click the first point, click the second point, the fillet tool disappears. You are no longer on the fillet tool. You have to hit enter again to repeat your previous command. But if you are using multiple, you click on multiple, click the first point, click the second point, you are still on the fillet tool. It helps you to click on multiple objects. You don't need to start hitting enter again. You don't need to start hitting enter. So that's how the fillet tool works. Just click them, click. Same thing applies to this. Click on radius 30, hit enter, click on multiple, select this line, select this line, select this line, and select this line. Yeah, fillet. So the next tool is the chamfer tool. Still use a rectangle. This is the chamfer tool. Turn on my magnifier so that everyone can see the chamfer tool. Okay, so this is the chamfer tool here. Click on the chamfer tool. For fillet uses radius, while chamfer uses distance. So you click on distance and select, input the distance you want. I'll be using the distance of 50. Hit enter, select the first line, select the second line. Okay, I think 50 is too much. Distance of 50. Okay, now it says specify first chamfer distance. I've set it to 50. Second chamfer distance will also be 50. Select the first line and select the second line. So you see, now the same thing applies to chamfer. You have multiple, you have polyline. Now if you click on polyline and select this, you get this whole stuff will be chamfered, the whole edge, because it is polyline. The same thing is applicable to method. When you click on multiple, it allows you to draw multiple lines, chamfered lines at the same time. Yeah, is there any question? Damn, my router have gone off. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Please, if you are just joining, kindly mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. Okay, sorry about that. My router went off. I had to turn it back on. So, where did I stop? Because I didn't know when my router went off. What was I explaining? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Very well, Prince. We are hearing you now.
Okay, I said, what was I explaining before I went offline?
We're still trying to talk about
the fillet.
Fillet.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
How to be used.
okay. Oh man, that was a long time. Okay, explain again. So now you all know how the fillet tool. Then you click on radius. Click on radius to specify the radius of the fillet. Then after you have done that, the next thing is to click on multiple. You can use polyline, you can use multiple, whichever one. Now for polyline, it will automatically give that fillet radius to the entire polyline. Now you know what polyline is from the previous class. It's a connected sequence of lines. Get? So the moment you apply the polyline, use the polyline tool. Now when you click on polyline, it automatically apply it to that whole polyline object. So no matter how complex the polyline object is, so let me use polyline in drawing something like this. Okay, now this whole object is a polyline. Right click, recent input, fillet, use a radius of 40 and click on polyline. Now the moment I hover over this, you can see a preview. It will automatically add the fillet to the entire edge of this object. That's for polyline. Then multiple, on your command line, when you click on multiple, it gives you the opportunity or privilege rather to select multiple lines. So after you have applied this, you still be on your fillet tool. You apply this, apply it here also, and all that, then move around. The next thing is the chamfer. Chamfer works exactly like the fillet, but the only difference is that it has distance instead of radius. So you click on distance and type a distance you want. I'll use distance of 50. It will ask you for first point and second point. You add the distance you want, click on the first line and click on the second line. You can see the chamfered edge here. So the same thing we did in poly fillets, we can also do it in chamfer. Clicking polyline, and it will automatically apply the whole chamfer to every edge, all the edges of that polyline. And same thing applies to multiple. Click on your erase tool, select all these, hit enter to erase. Now the next thing tool I'm going to talk about is the explode tool. Now this is the explode tool. We have a box that is disintegrated. So now the explode tool helps you to break a component into different parts. Now assuming you used a polyline in doing a design and you want to break that polyline into other components, what you need to do is to simply use the explode tool, and I will explain. Now okay, before I explain the explode tool, I will talk about offset. Now the offset tool creates centric circles, parallel line, parallel curves. You can offset an object at a specified distance or through a point. I will click on the rectangle tool. Now now the offset tool, like it says, enables you to make copies of an object at a specified distance. So now I want to make copy of this line, this particular line. Now I want to duplicate it at a particular distance. I'll click on the offset tool and select a distance. Either I select 2 points or through. Click first point and click second point, then we select this. That's how the offset tool works. Either I use this way, or I'll click on the offset tool and type the distance I want. Let me use 500, hit enter, select this line and select the point you want to offset the line to. I can decide to offset this line this way, whichever way, either to your right or to your left. Click on the offset tool, type 500. I can decide to offset this one this way, which is to the left. I can decide to offset it to the right. Now when using the offset tool, assuming I drew this entire rectangle and you know that it's connected, now I want to offset just one line. I don't want to offset the entire rectangle. I want to offset just one line in this rectangle. Now if I just click on offset and select the rectangle, it's going to give me this, because this rectangle I drew is connected. It's like a whole object AutoCAD is seeing this rectangle as one object, but what I want to do, just like this, I want to offset just one particular line, which is this. But AutoCAD is not giving me that. I can't do that because this rectangle is connected. So what I need to do is to use the explode tool and explode this rectangle. So click on the explode tool and select the line you want to explode, hit enter. So you can see now that these lines are now single, they are no longer joint like before. So right now I can explode it, offset it rather. Click on the offset tool, use a distance of 500, hit enter, select this and select this point. So you can see that with the help of the explode tool, I have disintegrated this block. They are no longer one. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use is the stretch tool. I'm coming. I'll use the stretch tool, but I want to do an illustration so that you understand better. Okay, so I want to stretch this particular object I have drawn. I want to elongate this the more. So what I need to do is to click on stretch, select the object I want to stretch. I'll select this point, hit enter, then click on a particular point and stretch it. You get, basically that's how the stretch tool works. And this is the stretch tool. You can, a magnifier is coming on. This is the stretch tool. So click on the stretch tool, use the green marquee, select the point, the aspect you want to stretch, click on it. Now this point I have selected, now that's the point that is going to stretch, not the entire object. So I'll click on it, hit enter, then stretch. So you can see that this object is stretching. Not everywhere is stretching based on where I selected. I'll use this point also. I'll select just this bottom, select just this bottom, hit enter, come down and stretch. Control Z. Come down and stretch. Okay, now does anyone have a question based on what we have done?
Well, Mr. Prince, good evening.
Please, I have a question.
Okay,
The trim tool, here in this version of AutoCAD is shown as a scissors. There are some other version whereby you see it as trim. Is it the same thing?
yes, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the next tool I'm going to talk about.
Mr. Prince, can I say something, please?
Okay,
Yeah, because I just want to, I know I'm supposed to say this when we have rooms to call that, but I just want to make it a quick one. Some of us are very much preoccupied during the day. facing other challenges. And I feel for us to be able to be very, very active in a class, you should at least have a material to read through in all these tools and what they could be used for. So that when we are in a class like this, we are equally contributive to not just paying 100% attention to what you're saying, and we will have to spend the next day till almost the end of the day to have a review of that class and equally maybe have a practical session. I think this class is supposed to be an all-inclusive, not just a primary class where we just sit and listen. That's my candid opinion, though. I don't know how you take it, but I believe that will help us be on the same page. Thank you.
Okay, I understand your point. Um, Now, the essence of this virtual class is for you to, um, how will I put it now? Okay, now let me start from the basic, the foundation. You got access to the video course. You get then a bonus was added, which is the virtual class. Now, the virtual class, I created it to enable you understand the video course better. Now, for those that have gotten access to this course before, that are joining in, that have watched the video. Okay, now if you had watched the video, any of the video, let's say the basic, before coming to the virtual class, it will give you a better understanding. That was why I gave access to the video course before the virtual class, so that you can start going through the videos on your own. Then during the virtual class, it will be more interactive. It's still the same thing with what you're saying. You need PDF. I don't have PDF. I have videos already on this. So that's the video you got access.
And we can be preview of these videos before the main session.
Yes.
All I'm trying to tell you is this, that please understand me.
Yes, I'm understanding. Whatever I'm teaching here, is all.
What you're using, the software you're using to coach us now is the latest
Yes.
software.
Which software are you using?
I think earlier today I communicated to you that I'm using a 2015, the one I have in my system now.
Okay.
And that I could pick lines, I could set my drawings, but I cannot dimension those drawings. I've tried to make inputs, and it's not reflecting on what I intended to see based on the assignment we had yesterday.
Okay.
And I don't know if, as of today, any of us that attended that class yesterday had been able to furnish you with the assignment done and perfectly done.
Okay.
So my candid opinion will be, because where you are now is the latest of this software. Can you use maybe a 2015 where some commands need to be, I don't know the word to use there. Let's start from the most obsolete of AutoCAD software, where it was obviously practically done before we could use this for proficiency. That's my opinion, though. I don't know if it suits everybody, because I wanted to believe that this class was to take us from the scratch.
Yeah.
I noticed in the WhatsApp forum too that most people demanded for this same dimension issue. That's to tell you that they might not have worked with the 2023 software.
In the previous class, we didn't dimension. What we just did was to specify the length of the lines. We haven't.
Which some of us tried to do it. We made those inputs. We imputed the 10, we imputed the 2, and all that, but it did not reflect in the drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I experienced the same thing. I was using 2018, so I tried to use the figures as I say, but in fact, I was battling with it all through. So
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
I
try.
feel before we start a new class, we should be comfortable. I know you're a very busy person, though, but I believe in every impartation, you equally deserve the right to go home understanding that that class, you can recommend them.
Okay. Those of you that tried it, is your AutoCAD on? Like your system, is it on?
Personally, I am actually not with my system. The reason why I feel after every class like this, we drop the video of that class, the recording session. Not almost at the peak of the next class, you now have a video of the last class. I know you're busy, but even if we have to pay more to have proper attention of yours, because the idea is to come out clean,
Yeah.
we can actually get that done. Please,
Okay.
thank you.
So, how many persons have their AutoCAD open now, like as this lecture is going on? How many persons?
I don't have my. I use my system in the office, so I don't have access to it now. I have mine.
I actually have my own on with me right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will go back to. I will do exactly what I did yesterday. I'm coming. Please mute your mic. I'm not sure I saved that drawing, but anyways, I'm still going to do it again. I don't know exactly what people challenge was, but it's supposed to give you the same thing. Now, AutoCAD it works in a way that no matter the version, except like I said yesterday, except from 2014 downwards or 2010 downwards, that's what will give you issue, especially 27, because that one is the very old model. Look at what I did yesterday. I clicked on the line 2. Now I selected a point, then specified. I could remember that the line we used yesterday was 10. Hit enter. Now this is the line I have drawn. I'm not dimensioning. What I'm just doing is specifying a point. So was it what you did yesterday and it didn't work?
Okay. Please let me say something on this.
Okay.
Personally, I tried this, but I think where I am having the issue, the area of the unit. I don't know. Is it supposed to be in millimeters or in centimeter? Because if you look at your figures, I can see like uh two decimal numbers before the point. But these ones I'm using, I don't know, maybe that's where the issue actually coming from. You know, the unit, is it supposed to be in centimeter or in meter, or the precision, is it supposed to be 0.00 or 0.000? I don't know. So I tried it. Each time I click, okay, I press maybe 10. In fact, it will not even reflect, as the man said. So
Okay,
I don't know, maybe.
okay, okay. I
Mr. Prince,
Yeah,
let me just say something, please.
okay.
The little I've come to realize here is that once you pick the first point,
Yeah,
after picking your line,
yes,
pick the first point,
yeah.
you have to key in the length
Yes, the
of the
length.
line
Yeah,
before picking the second point.
yes.
Or at the point of picking the length after the first point, enter will just give you an accurate of 10, even without adding whether it's in cm or in mm.
Yes. Now, let me come
Okay.
again.
Then secondly, please hold on, sir. I feel like I earlier insisted that if after a class like this we have 3 4 hours to have a review of that class before approaching any assignment that was given
Okay,
will be of great benefit.
no problem. Understood.
Not having it almost at the beginning of the next class.
Yes, yes, I understand. What happened initially was there was no power supply where I was, and so I couldn't render the whole video because there are some things that needs to be cut off. They are not necessary in a training session because I do upload it to my YouTube channel. I can't upload the full file there. Okay, I will explain it again. Click on the line tool, specify the first point, click on the first point, then you move your cursor to the left or wherever you want. I can move it upwards, I can move it horizontally or vertically. So right now I need it to be on the vertical line, on the vertical axis. Then I will type 10. Now read my command line is saying specify next point. So that next point I want to specify. Now my command line says specify next point. Now instead of me specifying next point, what I will impute is the distance of the line. So the first thing is you need to specify the beginning point of your line, your starting point. Then instead of clicking a next point, you simply impute the what are they calling it, the distance,
The length.
yes, the length, which is 10. Then you hit enter. Now the other guy, what the challenge we were having was your drawing is zoomed out a lot. So now you clicked on line and you use 10. Are you seeing that it's looking like there is no what are they calling it now, there is no change. It's just like that. So in this case, what you need to do when your drawing is out like this and you've clicked on line 2, you use 10, what you just need to do is hit the escape key to go out from the command, then type zoom, hit enter. Now the zoom will give you different options. What you need to click on is all, or either you use all or extent. Now the moment you use extent, it's going to zoom in to that your drawing. It's going to zoom into that your drawing. So you can see I zoomed out a lot. So the moment I typed 10, it's like nothing is working out. So I just type zoom, click on extent, or I can use all. What it's going to do is it will zoom out. If you use all, it's going to zoom out to all your drawings. So I have one line here of 10, I have another line here of 10. So what it's doing is it's zooming out to a point that I can see the two lines I have drawn. Whereas if I use zoom and extent, it's going to just zoom in to the particular line I just drew. Zoom and extent, yeah. So that's it. Now for some persons, you may draw a line, let's say 100. I'm using 100 and you can't see your line. Your line is outside. The same thing, you hit escape, type zoom, hit extent, and it will zoom out. So then you can also use your mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out by scrolling. Either you scroll out or you scroll in to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so I will just use 10. From here now you can see it's kind of small. I'll move my mouse to that point and zoom in. Yeah, then move, make sure that my pointer is up. I will type 2, hit enter, move this way, type 2 again, hit enter, move up, type 3, hit enter, move this way, type 2, hit enter, move this way, type 2 again, move this way, type 2, come down, type 2, move this way, type 2, come down, type 3, move this way, type 2, then come down and type 2, escape. So that's it. I believe this explanation will help you correct the mistakes. I understand where that challenge was coming from. The first guy, your workspace at that point in time was very large, like it was very open. So what you need to do, type zoom and use the type zoom. After that, click on extend so that it can zoom in to that particular drawing you are doing. Then I believe the second person, it's during the clicking point, like looking for specifying the length. Is anyone saying anything?
Please, Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, in determining the units of measurement, maybe it's mm, cm, and meters. So that area is not that clear.
Okay, to specify your units, what you need to do is to type units, 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 hit enter. Then this drawing unit will appear. Then I will change my precision to a whole number depending. Then come down here to scale and change it to millimeter. Then hit enter. Oh, okay.
So yes, sir. So for all our drawing, this is what we should use as a beginner. We should use as our standard. The what's it called? It should be decimal, then whole number and millimeter, right?
No, it mustn't. It's okay. It depends on the drawing you are doing. Some drawings might be in architectural, so you have to switch to architectural. If the drawing you are doing is in inches or feet, but normally most drawings online are always in millimeters, so that's why we use millimeters most of the time, and millimeters always works with decimal. You can't be working with millimeters in inches. Sorry, in architectural works with feet and inches. So whenever you are in architectural, you always switch to inches. So but yes, like you said, beginners, you most times use decimal and millimeters.
How about in engineering drawing?
Then in engineering also uses feet and inches. Now whatever engineering drawing you are doing, any engineering design, whoever did the design will always specify all dimensions are in inches, feet, millimeters, centimeters, meter. So you are not just doing a random drawing, you are doing drawing based on precision and accuracy. So you will look at your drawing. Was it done in millimeters? Was it done in centimeters? Was it done in inches? So if the drawing you are given, let's say a company's drawing, and your company wants to make adjustment to a printed drawing, so they want you to do it again in using CAD, definitely whoever did that drawing before will specify that this drawing was drawn using millimeters or centimeters or inches or feet. Now whenever you see something like this, I'm coming, let me turn on my magnifier. Okay, whenever you see something like this in any drawing, just know that that drawing was done using inches and feet. When you see this, how will I put it now? The first one here is for feet, 0 feet and 0 inches. The moment you see this, what do they call this thing in English? Is this no, not semicolon? Yeah, quotation mark, either single quotes or double quotes. For single quotes is in feet, for double quotes is in inches. You get? So the moment you see this quote in any drawing at all, just know that it's in feet and inches. So when you are doing yours in AutoCAD, you just need to come here and use architectural. You get? Then come here and set yours to inches. You get? It's as easy as that. Then your precision depends on the drawing. There are drawings that can give you 2 decimal place, 4 decimal, 8 decimal, and all that. So for architectural, let's go back to decimal so that we can understand it. So we have whole number, 1 decimal, 2 decimal, 3, and it depends on the drawing you are working with. For this now we are using as illustration, and I can decide to use 1 decimal. It depends. I can decide to use 2 decimal also. It depends. And for this class we'll be using millimeters because it's easily understandable than inches and feet. Then you come down here and click OK.
Okay.
Please turn off your mic. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do. Then I will advise you go back the videos you subscribed for that was given to you, the fundamentals of AutoCAD and mechanical design. I've already explained all these things there. You get? Just go and watch those videos. Whatever I'm teaching here is exactly what I have taught in the video. The only difference is that you have the privilege to ask me question. Like as I'm teaching now, you can say, okay sir, come back, how did you do this? I'm trying to do this with my system but I can't. That's just the difference. Whatever I'm explaining here, I have explained it in the video. So what I expect is the initial video which you people downloaded or I sent to you to sign up for, go through them, the basics, draw to and all that, so that when you are coming to this class, you have a little understanding of what we are teaching. Then if you don't have chance due to your working schedule to start watching those videos immediately, now after you have gone through the class, the recorded videos are available. When you start going through it, you will understand it better. It won't be like rocket science to you. You know what I'm teaching in the video because you have attended the virtual class. Then if you have watched the pre-recorded video, while coming to the virtual class, you still have a good knowledge of what I'm teaching because you have watched the recorded video. So that's how it works.
Yes, when can we get the recorded video?
I'm coming.
Because it's very important for people like me that don't even have chance. I just came in now and the AutoCAD, I can't download it on my laptop. I had to go and carry one of my old Africa laptop that has AutoCAD. So I just opened it now. It took time to open. I want to like do one or two, but I can't do anything because I don't know where to start from. So the recorded video will go a long way for me as a person.
Did you attend yesterday's class?
Day before yesterday, not yesterday. Sir.
Okay, sorry, day before yesterday.
I came in very late, so I joined you guys very late. So I was expecting to get the recorded video, but I didn't see.
Are you not in the group chat?
Have you dropped it there?
Yes, since.
Oh, since yeah, yeah, we have played
Yeah,
it.
now. It's
Yeah,
so.
I played it like
Oh,
5 times.
I need to go and check it so I can watch it and follow up.
Okay, no problem. But when you signed up for this course, there are files I sent to you to sign up for. Have you signed up for those?
That's I've signed up for them, but I've not watched anyone.
Okay, just try and watch those videos.
Okay, I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that this evening.
Okay. So,
Thank you, sir.
yeah, let's go.
Sorry about the setback.
No problem. That's why the virtual class was organized. Okay, I need to do a practical. Coming.
Prince.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I think there's a way they can put all those drawings to scaling, like 1:100. We used to see it on drawings 1:150. You've not mentioned anything like that.
Okay. So from all what we have learned, I want to do I want to use this now for an illustration. Okay, I think I will use this. So all the tools we have used, we want to apply them now, and I'm going to use this drawing as an example. Okay, so before I dive further, I have a circle. The biggest circle here has a diameter of 46. Then we also have another circle of diameter 41. Okay, so let me dive into AutoCAD. I'll delete this. Click on the circle tool and select the center point. Click on diameter, and I'll use a diameter of 41. Okay, you can see that the circle is too big. I will zoom out using my mouse wheel. Click on the circle tool again, or click on this drop down arrow. Simply click on center diameter and click on the center point. Use a diameter of 46. Hit enter. Now there's another tool I will use. Is called the construction line, which is this. I need it. This is the construction line tool. I'll click on the construction line tool and click the center point. Click on this point, and that's it. Okay, so the other tools I'm going to use is called the array tool. I will apply it here. Okay, come down here. Now I will need to draw this circle. It has a radius of 5. and we have a polyline here, sorry, polygon. This polygon has 1 2 3 4 5 6 sides. Then I have a line here that has a distance of 2. So let's draw this circle with radius of 5 and this line. Okay, click on the circle tool and come down here. I will use 5 as the radius. Then offset, click on the offset tool and use I will use 1, a distance of 1. Hit enter, select this line, click this point, click my right point, select this point and click the left point. I have offsetted this line at a distance of total 2. Then also come here, click on polygon, number of sides 6 sides, hit enter. It says center point, click on the center point. I need inscribed circle. Then it says the radius. Let me go back to the drawing. Okay, it has a diameter of 23. If the diameter is 23, it means the radius is 11.5. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. The radius, I will use 11.5. 11.5. Hit enter. Yeah, now I will click on the trim tool, hit enter. Then I will start trimming this object, removing the excess geometries I don't want. I don't want all this.
So to use the trim tool, you select the trim tool first.
Yes.
Then select the object. Then you click enter.
No. Click on the trim tool, hit enter.
Okay.
Then you start trimming. You get it?
So.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I've gotten one part. All these lines, I don't need them anymore. The next part I want to get is, now I need to use the array tool to make duplicates of this around this. I have how many duplicates? I have about 6 duplicates here. So I need to make these duplicates. What I need to do is to use the array tool. Now I will come to.
Sorry, you really didn't talk much about the array tools. I don't know, maybe you will explain it here.
Yes. So now this is the array tool. I can use rectangular array, I can use path array and polar array. So in this example now, I will be using polar array. Now when you come here, I think I need to turn on my magnifier. Okay, so this is the symbol. I will click on this drop down arrow and come down to polar array. I will select these lines and hit enter. Now the polar array says select center point. I'm going to select the center point, which is this. You get? And come to number of items, which is at the top on my ribbon. Number of items, I'll make sure that the number of items here is 6. So depends on the drawing. Your drawing might be 4, but for this illustration what we have is 6. So we'll just impute 6, then come here and close array. Yeah, so after we have done that, I will click on the trim tool again, then start trimming, hit enter, then start trimming all these lines. Very easy. We have done that. As easy as ABC. Very simple. So the technique about AutoCAD is to make sure that you understand the basic principles, how to use the tools. No matter how complex a design is, it's something you can actually do in seconds or minutes. Let me don't use seconds. Okay, I will also do this. This is just lines, circles. This whole drawing as it is now is just full of circles. So this center circle has a diameter of 20, and this other one has a diameter of 69. Okay, so let's start with those two first of all. Just move this. Okay, center point, diameter of 20. Zoom in, click again, diameter of 69, 69, hit enter. To change some settings. Okay. Okay, and so from here we have 6 holes with diameter 6 and another outer one with diameter 8. Okay, I will come to AutoCAD. I have diameter 6 and radius 8. Click on my construction line. Come here and do this. Click on circle, radius, I'll use 8. Click on circle 2 again, and diameter, the diameter of 6. Yeah, so next thing I will do is to come back here, and I have how many of these? I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of it. So the same thing I did, I will use the polar array and create 6 other duplicate of this. So I'll come down here, click on polar array, select the objects I want to array, which is these 2, hit enter, select the center point, which is this, and make sure that the number of items is 6. I'll delete these 2 lines because I don't need them anymore. Okay, so the next thing I need to do now is to use my circle tan radius. Click on tan radius and let me see the radius 20.
Lisa, how did you delete those construction lines? You know, you just click on something and they went off. Is it
Okay, I just
a,
clicked on them and pressed delete on my keyboard, or you can
okay?
So click on circle, click on tan radius, and click on this tangent, click on this other tangent and use 20. Okay, now I can trim this one. Click on the trim tool, hit enter, then trim this line. So I don't need to start doing much. What I will need to do, this arc I have drawn here, I will still array it. Click on the arc, click on polar array, which is this, select the object, hit enter, then select the midpoint, make sure it's 6, close. This line also I can decide to delete it because I don't need it. Then use the trim tool and hit enter, then I can start trimming all these lines. Yeah, so let's look at what we have. So you can see that we have gotten this exactly the same thing. So the next thing I'm going to look at is dimensioning. So I'm going to dimension this object. Now, depend on, I believe your interface is the same thing with mine, not actually very different. So I will come to dimension. I can come to annotate. If you click on the annotate tab, you see the dimension tools here. So you come down to this point, click on this drop down arrow, and you are going to see lots of options. We have linear, we have angular, we have arc, and radius, diameter, toggle. So depend on the one you want to use. For now we need diameter, so I'll click on diameter. Get from here, click on diameter, then select this point and move out. So you can see that the dimension text is very small, which I believe all of you are going to encounter. So what you need to do is to click on this little arrow here. See this little arrow here? That's what you are going to click on. The moment you click on it, a dimension manager is going to open, a dimension window, style manager. I'll close this. There is another way to access the dimension style manager. You need to write this down. Come to your command line and type dim style, style, LE, hit enter. It's going to bring up this dimension style manager. Now in this dimension style manager, there are few things you can do. You can set a current dimension, you can create new dimension style, you can modify a dimension style. So for this illustration, what we need to do is to modify this dimension because the text is too small. We want to increase it. So I'll click on modify. Excuse me. Come to text height. So you can see line, symbol, text. I can use a text height of 1 and come to primary unit. Here I want my precision to be 2 decimal places. Okay, from our drawing, theirs was a whole number, so I'm going to leave mine in whole number, and my arrow size I will use 1 also, and see how it's going to look on the drawing. Okay, you can see that it's still small. I will click on this little drop down arrow, go back to modify and text, click on text. This time I'm going to use 5 and my arrow size I will use 3. Click on OK and close. Okay, so I think this text is still too big. I can still modify it. Go to modify, click on text, and I will reduce it to 3. This time arrow size, I will reduce my arrow size to 2 and click OK. Close this. Okay, now I can change the color of my dimension line and my dimension text from my dimension style manager. Click on modify, then under lines I have dimension lines here. Turn off my magnifier for this. Okay, so here you can see lines, symbol, text, feet, units, alternate units, tolerance. So for this you see dimension lines. I can change the color of my dimension lines. Click on red. So you can see a preview here. So these are the dimension lines that will be changed. These preview lines that are red. I can come down to extension lines and change my extension lines to be green. So from the preview you can see what extension lines are. So I want everything to be uniform. I will change it to red. From here now you can see my extension lines are red. Then come to text. You can also change the color of your text. Now see text color, I can also change it to either red or green. Come to my preview, you can see that my text color is green. Then alignment, I always use align with dimension. Okay, then click OK. Click OK. Close. Yeah, you can see now that it has updated. Then I'll come here, click on radius, click on this, specify the radius here. Come here, click on diameter and specify the diameter to be this. Okay, yeah, I deleted the circle initially. I'll draw back the circle, which is this. Then I will come to annotate, click on this circle, and specify it 69. So you can see that our drawings are accurate. Come here also, this arc to, oh, okay, diameter of 40. What was used was radius. I'll click on radius. So you can see that what we got is exactly what they did. Now in their drawing, you can see that this line is represented as broken line. So I will show you how to represent this as broken line, and also before the end of this class I need to teach 3D, how to change your drawings to 3D. Okay, so for me to change this line to broken line, I need to change my layer properties for this. Now I will click on layer property. This is my layer property. This is my layer property. So you can see layer property here. I'll click on layer property. Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll click on layer properties. Okay, turn off my magnifier. Now what I need to do is when I'm here, I will right click, then click on new layer. This layer, I'm going to name it construction or broken lines, whatever I want to name it as. Broken lines. Then just click outside. Then under line type, I'll click on continuous. A dialog box is going to appear. I'll click on load. Then I will look for different lines. You can see different lines here, different line type. I will use center X2. Okay. Wait, which one am I going to use? Okay, no. I'll use dash lines. Where is dash? Dashed line. This one. This is the line I'm going to use. Dashed. Then click on OK. Now what I simply did was to click continuous, load, scroll down and look for dashed line or dashed. Click OK. Just cancel. It's giving me error because I have used it before. So this is it. I'll click on OK. So from here you can see now that under my line type, it's now showing as dashed, no longer continuous like before. So under broken lines, let's trace it. It's now dashed. So the next thing I'm going to do is to close this, select this line, come down here to this property and click on broken line. Now it's on dashed line, but it's very tiny, little, you can't see it. I'll go back to layer property. I can from here change the color. Don't worry, you ask a question.
Okay.
You ask a question. Don't worry.
No,
You-
I was lost along the road. I don't know. See, like the video, I think maybe I will play it, then I will get this part.
Okay,
Or if they go back.
no problem. So from here, I can under color, you can change the color type to green. Okay, and close. So you can see that the color has changed. Now I will click on this line, right click, and go to properties. Okay, now from these properties, I will go to line type scale and increase the scale of this. I can increase it, line type scale, I will increase it to about 10. Okay, so you can see that as I increase it to 10, the scale of this line has increased. The scale of this line has increased. So now I want to change this to 3D. I will make a copy, click on the copy tool, which is this, select all this, hit enter, select the center point, then make a copy here. Escape. I'll delete all these dimension lines. I'm just selecting and deleting, pressing delete on my keyboard. Okay, now for me to change this to 3D, I need to make sure that my working environment is also on 3D. So what I need to do is to come to my view cube, which is here, this view cube, this is my view cube here, and I will select this point here. And I'm going to switch to the 3D view. Okay. Okay. So that's not all. That's just the basic way of doing that. Now, if you want to actually work in 3D, you need to change your workspace to 3D modeling. So to do that, what you need to do is to come down here at the bottom of your command line, and you see this gear icon. You see this gear icon. Let me zoom in. Well, this gear icon. So you just need to click the drop down arrow close to the gear icon, which is this. I'll zoom out. Okay. Now, when you have done that, you see drafting and annotation. You see 3D basic. You see 3D modeling. Just click on 3D modeling. Now your workspace is changing to 3D modeling. It's bringing more advanced tools. So you can see that my ribbon has changed. I can now see tools like extrude. I can see solid editing. I can see mesh, and some other stuffs are popping up. Okay. So these are the 3D tools I have here. Now I can come to solid, and you see lots of tools I can use in doing 3D design. So for this, I just want to do a simple 3D drawing. For this, I will just use only one 3D tool, which is the press put tool. Click on the press put tool and select the boundary area. I will select this point just inside here, inside this internal point, and something is happening. Now it says I should give an extrusion height, which I'm going to give. The extrusion height I'm going to give is 10. Hit enter. Yeah, I have turned that 2D sketch to 3D modeling. But for me to see how this thing is in a realistic view, I need to come to view on my tab, come here where I can see wireframe, click on it and go to realistic, click on realistic. So from here now I can see how what we did in 2D is going to look in 3D. So this is how it is now on 3D. Any question so far?
Well, I always have one or two questions.
No problem.
But yes, sir. First of all, my network was not that strong, so I have to quickly go and get data and subscribe
Okay.
before I could join the class back. So, I don't know if I don't want to take you back. So, what I'll just please do for me is you can, as you have done for the first class, the playback video so that I can get this part, because I wouldn't want to not draw the class back and draw you back, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, sir.
So apart from that, does anyone have any other question?
Actually, I don't have a question, but what I want to say to all here present is that from the look of the AutoCAD teachings so far, I think for us to get a better understanding on this is for us to go and look at the recorded class very well
Yeah.
first before we come over for the virtual class, because for him to take us through the virtual class, I think we are going to have a better understanding if we have already taken our time to go through the recorded videos. At least with that, we must have gotten a first-hand understanding of what most of all these tools is all about, and so that whenever he's doing it, it will not look strange to us again. We'll just be flowing with what he's doing, and we'll get it with ease. That's just it from my own side.
Okay, that's fine. Secondly, there's something you guys should also know, that this is not the only virtual class I'm going to organize. I do give out my AutoCAD course. I do run promo on it. Like I told each and every one of you that after a certain period, the course will go back to 35,000, which is its original fee. Then secondly, I do organize virtual trainings. There are some persons that are not fully comfortable with just the video and 1 week virtual training like this to give a briefing on what AutoCAD is and how to use it. So I do organize virtual trainings for professionals, and it's 1 month intensive. So there's nothing like rushing. I will break everything. No, I'm not skipping anything in the 1 month intensive class. Then when I'm running my course promo again, I will also organize other virtual classes. Sometimes I may just want to show you guys 1 or 2 things. I will also, organize a class for that. Like I said, whoever gets access to my course, any of my products, you are getting mentorship for free. So this virtual class now is part of that. So whenever I'm organizing another virtual class again, you guys will still participate if you want. So as from next month, I will start giving out my courses again. So if you know persons that are interested, you can let them know. Then after that, I will organize another 1 week training for them, so you can also participate. That time, if you are participating in that one, you know that you are not coming as a total beginner. You have the basic knowledge, and there are other advanced classes I can also organize majorly for 3D. So this is not the only class I'm going to be organizing for you guys. There are lots and lots of trainings I'm going to go organize for you guys. And also I'm also looking at starting a podcast, which I intend inviting some professionals in the field, because to be frank, CAD is evolving. There's the application of machine language now in CAD design. So we also need to catch up with the moving industry, and with doing that I intend bringing some experts in those fields, people that can enlighten us more about building and information management, which will be beneficial to majorly civil engineers and also mechanical engineers, structural engineers. There are other aspects using artificial intelligence in CAD. All those things are some of, when it starts, you guys are going to get access to those packages for free. So but if what you are learning here now, you want to go further, you can sign in for my virtual training. That's if you want. It's optional. It's very, very optional. If you feel
So how much is it?
it's 45,000 for a month.
Okay, you send us the link so that we can look at it.
Now, what you just need to do is to make payment for it, and it's going to start the moment you make payment for it. The virtual class starts. So I'll have to fix a time and a date that is.
And it's not as if there's any particular time. Anytime we have the money, we can just, Mr. Prince, we want to make payment for virtual class, so then just go ahead, right?
Not really. There's a time frame, because I can't just teach one person. So I take a minimum of 3 students. So if you guys are up to 3 that is ready for the virtual class, you just let me know. It must not be full payment, 50% at least for start. Then we can kick off.
But don't let it be now, please, because
Nope.
I'm a bit variable. So,
You said?
So, sorry, sorry. What I want to say is this virtual class, will it entails all in all as far as AutoCAD is concerned?
All in all, like, how do you mean?
As in, what I meant is AutoCAD architecture, AutoCAD electrical, AutoCAD mechanical,
Okay,
and
yeah, is going to contain AutoCAD electrical and structural design. For you guys now, you guys don't have access to my structural detailing course. That one is not for free. You get, there's no bonus attached. In fact, it's not always I attach bonus to my courses. So in that virtual class, we are going to look at structural detailing, and we're also going to look at electrical design. So it's like the full package. Now, like what we just did now, it's the mechanical aspects. So this can be a mechanical component for a machine. Now when you go further in advance, I can add material to this. Let's say the company wants to print this in 3D or send it to a manufacturer, and this metal now, or this shaft, let me call it a shaft for instance, is made of steel, polished steel or brass. Now there's a way in AutoCAD you can add material to this, and it's going to look real, like it's going to look like the real brass. Come, let me open a drawing to give you more example, or to give you better insight of what I'm saying. Okay, let me open this. Okay, Now you can see this design. I'm coming, it's still loading. Now when we talk about machine design, there are advanced aspects of machine design. Now this is a machine component, and you can see how it is. You can see how shining it is. It's because I have added the material to it. So whoever my client is and needs this design, he can see how this machine is going to look in reality when he's printing it, or when it's being done with either this can be a zinc material, aluminum, or whatever. So these are the advanced parts of machine design we are also going to be looking at in that virtual class. And the virtual class, when you have paid for it, just like what you guys mentioned before the training, there's a syllabus I'm going to be working with. So you guys already have access to the video courses. Now I will tell you the videos you need to go and watch before time, so that as you are coming in the virtual class, it's going to be easier to understand and assimilate all these things. Like I said, also the course I gave to you is very comprehensive. It's very, very comprehensive. You guys need to go back and go through it over and over and over again. So that virtual class, it's something I don't really organize most of the time, because so many persons usually say they can't afford it, and long story. I don't need stress, because I know what I'm giving out in that virtual class. So doing something like this will be a piece of cake after attending any of my virtual trainings, my 1 month virtual trainings. Doing something like this is going to be a piece of cake. So like I said, I accept a minimum of 3 students. So if you guys are up to 3 that are interested, just message me so that we can schedule a time. You said we shouldn't start it now. I don't have any intention of starting it now, but it depends on how many persons shows interest. If only one person shows interest, I can't organize it. It must be minimum of 3. And if you don't have the money a whole, you can make part payments of 50%. So is there any other question with regards to the virtual class?
Yeah, please. I just want to ask.
Yeah.
The 45,000 naira that is being pegged on it, can it be? Can we pay 20K? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what I was saying is the 45K.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is a negotiable.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay, I also have something to say also.
Okay.
I don't know, I have a contribution. To me, I would suggest that we should just round up this phase of this virtual class. Then when we're done, then maybe probably we can start discussing about the other advanced class. So I would prefer, instead of us using the time here to talk about this other advanced class, we can just round up this course in the next few days, and then we can start talking about the other one.
Okay. For now, for today's class
Thank you.
class has ended. So, oh, that's true. I need to stop this recording.